Hello everyone and welcome back to another Corepunk video. So the alpha just finished for Corepunk, the first official public alpha with no NDA, and now the developers, they have actually made a news post to tell us about what is going to happen with Corepunk. What kind of feedback have they received? When is the next test for Corepunk? And as you all know, Corepunk is the most anticipated MMORPG, well, for me and a few of my friends. So should we not dive into the news and see what they have? So first of all, we can see here there is a news post called First Public Alpha Test Recap. We don't want to read the text because it's going to be inside the article. Then we can see that they have captured pictures of 25 content creators. So you can see all different content creators. You probably can see maybe some content creators you've seen, or when Ninja said hi, when they streamed. We, for example, have a MMO bite over here, and we also have a handsome guy here. I can't remember his name, but he's goddamn handsome. Joke. So basically, when going into the article itself, we can see here. Hello everyone. We successfully hosted our first public alpha. This is a huge milestone for us. We are grateful to all the participants for your time spent playing, streaming, sharing your experiencing, highlighting bugs, suggesting improvements, and searching for security flaws. This was the primary goal of the test, and it provided us with valuable insight and data that we are still analyzing. We're reading your comments on YouTube videos, posts on forums, Discord discussions, and watching videos. Please continue to share your feedback in any medium you're comfortable with. It's extremely helpful. The test went very well. We received a lot of positive and critical feedback, both of which are crucial. The most important observation is that the test, at its core, the game has potential. There was aspects that you loved and some you disliked, but most of you want Corepunk to succeed. We're still sitting through your feedback, but we already identified some key areas to focus on. So basically, if we just look at this first, they had a good test. They are really liking what they're seeing on the internet. They see people making videos, streaming. They just see so much feedback from people about the game, both good feedback and some worse feedback. Some people are mad. Some people didn't even get to level 2 because they didn't know how to play the game. It's that's just so much and again, is it because the player was bad that they didn't get to level 2, or is it because the game is too hard for people nowadays? It's well, yeah, but the key areas that they're gonna focus on right now for the game is level 1 to 5 gameplay and tutorials. So this one is one I would say is pretty crucial, very important, because I have to agree the level 1 to 5 experience was a bit rough. I came to level 6, I was level 6 in the alpha, so I completed this step, but I have to admit it's a rough grind because you can really get lost. You can really spend hours just running around and have no idea what you're doing because the game just throws you into a world where you don't know what to do. And of course, if you really look into the details, if you really look what the NPCs are telling you, you really read everything very, very, very perfectly, then you will probably find the right way. But if you are a person who used to play games where they pretty much just send you in a direction and there's always an arrow that tells you where to go and stuff like that, you can get lost in this game very fast, and after 4 hours you still haven't got a single level because you're running around doing weird stuff. So, and I think what most MMO players are used to is they want to play an MMO where they feel like every hour they play they get some kind of reward. This game is not going to give you a reward if you do bad stuff, if you know what I mean. Of course, if you harvest, you profession, you kill something, you always get XP and level. So that's a good thing at least. But this game is, you can't just very fast get lost in it and don't know where to go. It's actually, you can actually really get lost in a forest in this game. So I think level 1 to 5 is important. I talked with one of my fellow content creator friends called Blackout, and we agreed that it could maybe work if they kind of did a if they kind of made a closed zone for new players. You know, when you create an account, you are like in this tutorial place. If any developers are watching this, you should probably try create a new account for Elder Scrolls Online and try that, because the first 10-20 minutes is like inside a tutorial where you kind of learns the game. I think this game could maybe use that, you know, like kind of like some kind of like closed zone where you have to learn the game, and once you're ready to, you know, once you know how the game works, you can leave this zone and go out in the big world with everyone else. I could see that be helpful in this game, maybe. Better questing. So basically, this point here, I think I kind of like agree with it, because it can be really rough what it says in the quest, like fix these 3 pipes and find some pipes. Okay. So you run around and you look for these pipes and you're like, where the hell are these pipes? You destroy a random box. Oh, you got a pipe. Nice. Okay, so I just gotta run around and kill boxes. So you destroy 20 boxes, you still only got 1 pipe, then you destroy number 21, you got a second pipe. But you know, still the thing that, like, you know, to find this pipe, you actually have to run around the world and really explore you have to be the explorer, like Dora the Explorer. You have to be like kind of like that to find these pipes. There's no like, the guidance is low, if you know what I mean. So maybe the questing could be more detailed about what you have to do, what you're gonna do, or as some people have suggested, I know the developers, they are not happy for this, but maybe someone has suggested, maybe mark on the map, you know, it could be around this very, very big area here, or over here, or, you know, possibly somewhere over here. Don't show like where exactly the boxes are, or in a very small zone. Maybe just like mark a big area saying it could potentially be in here. So you don't like go all the way over here in the forest and be like, okay, where could there be pipes in the forest? Instead of like, they are potentially over here, you know, just some kind of guidance. But I know the devs, they really want this classic old school feeling where you have to read the quest and find it yourself. But I don't know, it's hard. More quality of life features, sure. More content and world exploration. I mean, see, this one I'm actually a bit confused about. Like, does the developers already have more content in the game right now? Or is this alpha we played everything in the game? Is there more zones right now? Have they created a big world somewhere out there that we have not seen yet? Where's the world that was shown in the trailer from 2019? It's like, are all those just things that were created for purely a trailer? Or is it actually out there? Since they're saying they need to add more content and world exploration, like, how much content does this game actually have? Like, if they released it today, would we just have that zone, or would there actually be more in the game? That's just kind of what I'm like confused about. But you know, it will of course grow over time, the game. Increasing the numbers of players per shard, that could be nice, because sometimes it felt a bit solo-ish. You knew that it was a lot of like, you knew by looking at Discord that many people were playing right now, but it felt like there could be like 20 people per shard or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But again, there's not many mobs, there's not many trees and gathering stuff. So if suddenly more players are in the same shard, will there then be enough stuff for us to harvest and kill? Maybe they have to increase the spawn, your respawn numbers then, and yeah, I think they could definitely increase how many people you can be in one shot, but they also have to increase the spawn rate of gathering stuff and monsters, if that's gonna work. Fixing broken mob behaviors, I didn't experience that myself. I didn't have any mobs that were doing weird stuff. Well, I killed a few times the mobs with my destroyer, with my W spell, and when you kill them with the W spell, they didn't die, they just like kind of floated in the air. I don't know, it was weird. Economy, craft and combat balance improving? Probably. I also wonder if there's gonna be like an auction house in the game in the future. Server and client performance. I mean, my client, like my game itself worked very good. Like, you know, I had like 90 FPS all the time, even though I was streaming. But the server sometimes felt weird. Like sometimes I felt I had like a 1 second delay, or You know, it sometimes felt like there was some kind of like lag. You know, like in Albion Online, they always have 200 ping MS, whatever, because they want to have everyone on the same server in the entire world. Then you need to add 150 to 200 MS to everyone so it feels fair. So not the people who are closest to the server can kill everyone who's not close to the server. Even though Albion has this ping latency on, it sometimes still felt more smoother to play that than Corepunk. Like, it still felt like Corepunk had like some kind of like forced ping latency on you. I don't know if it's because they had a cheap server, it was like a test something, but sometimes it just felt like, you know, something wasn't right with the server. Like, it felt like there was just something weird with the connection. Like, sometimes when you moved around and attacked, it was like a bit laggy. I don't know. It's hard to say, but maybe it was a cheap server, maybe it was the best server. I don't know. Security enhancement, I don't know too much about this, but I'm sure that more people, you know, than me knows this. Bug fixes, that's always a thing. Like, no matter how long this game has been out, for any game, there's always going to be bugs to fix. So that's substantially workload. Yeah, that's a lot of things to work on. We aim to address these issues by the next test, which we plan to host around the end of February. So basically that means they got the entire of January, the entire of February, and then end of February they're going to have the next test. And based on the results of the next test, we determine early access. Oh, wait. Which we plan to host around the end of February. Yeah. Based on the results of the next test, we'll determine early access dates or whether more tests are necessary before that. So basically, when we get next test in end of February, if it goes very well and they don't have any like major issues, stuff like that, it sounds like we potentially could get the game in early access, which is nice. But of course, if they get like tons of big issues that's not supposed to be there, then we might see a bit delay and, you know, not delay because they haven't promised anything right now. Like, you know, when we get early access, they just said maybe in end of window, which is March. But I guess we'll have to see. So again, they're also saying thank you very much for your support and energy. Watching you play and chat was incredible. Our entire team spent a lot of time on Twitch and YouTube during those days, making numerous notes on player interactions with their work. We are ready to take the next steps for Corepunk and already working on it. Your Corepunk team. So pretty good article. It's nice to see that, you know, they're highlighting some of the content creators. They are, you know, highlighting the main things that you can see people are talking about. I'm very happy that these two are highlighted. Like, those are my number one things. I would say from this alpha test, it was very, very, very good. I just want a bit more love on these two. Like, well, level 1 to 5 has to be somehow easier, better. For example, I saw the content creator Iquad. He said something very interesting. The first quest in the game that basically gives you 10 campfires. If that quest gave you maybe 30 or 50 campfires, that could potentially help people so they don't have to, like, you know, think about getting too many resources and healing at the start, but just having these campfires. And I don't know, maybe improve the healing from the campfires. I mean, if you just use the campfire and sit at it, it takes a bit long time. So maybe do that. And also, if any developer is watching this, could you please think about the campfire you had added in the city, you know, the main city, where you could just go to it for free and click on it. Is there any way we could make it so you sit permanently at it and not only 1 minute? Because right now, if for example, imagine I go to the city, I right click on the campfire. Now I want to go down, make some coffee, come back up and have 100% HP back. But it only works for 1 minute. So when I come back, maybe I only have like half HP and I have to click on it again. Could we maybe, when we click on it, just permanently sit there, or maybe change it to 5 minutes or something like that? I think that would be so cool to be able to go to the city. And trust me, I have talked with this about like a lot of people, and they all agreed. Go into the city, click on the campfire, go away from the PC for like 5 minutes, make coffee, you know, go to the toilet, whatever, kiss your wife goodnight or your husband goodnight, come back, full HP. That would be so nice. So that's just like very requested things by me and a few friends, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so basically this was the news article that we got, and it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's very nice. So looking forward to the future of Corepunk. Remember, there's probably not going to be any Corepunk content on my channel for the next 2 months now, because, you know, we're basically all waiting for the next test to come and stuff like that. So yeah, as anyone else from the Corepunk community, I'll be playing other games while waiting on Corepunk. But trust me, once Corepunk is coming for next test or releasing an early access, I'll get back to it. So, you know, don't unfollow me, unsubscribe because of our content, because I'll be back to Corepunk when it's ready for us. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It was a pleasure making this video, and I'll see you in the next video or next live stream. Keep in mind, I live stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on 8 p.m. CET. So basically the time zone in Denmark and Germany and Sweden. 8 p.m. those 3 days on twitch.tv/Dvalin, Dvalin. So feel free to come by and say hi in the chat. That would be really awesome. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Corepunk live stream or video. Peace out.